Today on the CTV News at 5, a Lethbridge woman is charged after a 14-year-old girl is hit by a car while crossing a crosswalk. Plus, the Palliser School Division adds video cameras to buses to make picking up and dropping off students safer. And Exhibition Park launches a Green Expo.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. A 14-year-old girl is recovering from injuries after being hit by a car this morning. She was crossing a street in North Lethbridge at the time. Now, it happened on one of the city's busiest streets. The girl was crossing 26th Avenue North at a marked crosswalk near Arundel Boulevard when she was hit by an eastbound car. She was treated at the scene, then taken to Chinook Regional Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the car, 47-year-old Carrie Forbes, is charged with failing to yield to a pedestrian at a crosswalk. Police say sun glare may have been a factor in the collision. The Palliser School Division is using video cameras to try and identify drivers who pass school buses while they're picking up or dropping off children. Bus drivers reported an alarming number of incidents last year. External cameras are being used by at least one jurisdiction in the northern part of the province, but Palliser is the first school district in southern Alberta to install them on buses. Terry Vogt reports.
We're all riding your school bus to make sure that people are driving safe by you guys.
Last year, Palliser Regional Schools put sheriffs on their buses to try and put the brakes on drivers who were passing stopped school buses despite the red flashing lights.
And this is the hard drive unit. This is where all the recording is done.
Now they're adding internal and external video cameras to some of the buses so they can track down drivers who don't stop for buses that are loading or unloading children.
Biggest key is educating people. We want parents, we want the drivers not to put our kids in danger.
Last year, Palliser began monitoring the incidents involving other drivers, and they were shocked by what they discovered.
1 every 3 days on average. We ended up with 70 drive-bys last year of people going by our buses when the red lights were flashing, and that was just alarming to us.
It seems to happen all year long. Various different vehicles, small cars, large trucks.
Law enforcement officers admit it can be tough catching drivers who ignore the red flashing lights, and that's where the cameras come in, providing a clear image of the make, model, and license number.
And unfortunately, if we do have to take enforcement action, it does come with a 6 demerit and $402 fine.
Every morning, the Palliser School Division has about 60 buses on the road. 5 of them are now equipped with the external and internal video cameras. Those buses will be rotated through various routes, but school officials say they'll also be used to target areas where bus drivers notice a high number of incidents. Terry Vogt, CTV News, Lethbridge.
The cameras are only one part of a 4-week campaign to increase awareness about school bus safety. Staff also hold assemblies at elementary and middle schools teaching children about safety and bus etiquette. The campaign will end with law enforcement officers riding some high traffic routes, maintaining close contact with roaming patrol cars. A judge has frozen the assets of a former Lethbridge pastor at the center of a $500 million class action lawsuit. The lawsuit is against Ron Aitkins, founder of the Harvest Group of companies. The company raised money for over a dozen real estate ventures, resource development, as well as financial investment. The freezing order prevents Aitkins or his wife from selling any property or accessing any bank accounts or credit cards over a $10,000 living allowance. It's believed that up to 5,000 people invested with the Harvest Group. The lawsuit must first be certified by a judge before it can proceed. And for the second time in as many days, Albertans are being asked to conserve power. Alberta Electric System Operator says there is an electricity shortage due to high demand, the warm weather, and limited wind output. We're being urged to turn off unnecessary lights, electrical appliances, and minimize the use of air conditioning. There were other unrelated power outages today in both Medicine Hat and Pincher Creek. Okay, Dory, we knew it was coming. Some very unstable weather, and a severe thunderstorm watch has actually been issued for a big chunk of southern Alberta.
Yeah, a lot of the extreme southern areas of Alberta are already under that watch criteria, and more to come, I'm sure, in the following hours. We are looking at a system that has originated from the BC coast. It's a low-pressure center, but it's also gained support from Nevada and California. Some moisture coming up from there and some instability. So, yeah, it's quite a large system, and it's heading our way. I'll tell you more about it in a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Dory. There are about 12,000 post-secondary students in Lethbridge. Between the college and university, could make up a significant number of voters in next month's municipal election. But students are concerned that the city isn't doing enough to encourage young voters to get out there and vote. Jeanette Roche reports.
In the last provincial election, about half the students at the University of Lethbridge got out to vote. Students' Union Vice President Sean Blyden hopes for a similar turnout during next month's municipal election. But there's just one problem.
Without a polling station on campus, it will affect the amount of students that are voting.
The U of L Students' Union plans to do everything to get students interested in voting, including holding an awareness campaign.
We're making sure that the students know who the candidates are, the information that they have for their platforms, making sure they have the right documentation.
They've even reserved the Students' Union ballroom in case the city changes its mind about using the campus as an advanced polling station, at no charge to the city. But the city of Lethbridge says it has its reasons for not including the college and university as polling stations, even though it hopes to increase student votes.
To be able to vote as a student, you have to declare that to be your permanent residence. If you're just there for a purpose of education, then that is not your permanent residence. So to minimize the confusion, we put them off campus.
The problem we have with student engagement is the second that they leave campus, it's harder to entice them to go somewhere else and vote.
The closest polling station to the university campus is across University Drive here at this Alliance Church. Even though it's a short walk away, students still feel it may affect their decision to vote.
Res students wouldn't, I don't think, actually walk across the street to go vote at all. But if there was here in the gym or something, I think you'd get more votes for sure.
I don't know if I'll go take the trip over there if I already have to go to the library study, if I have to go to class and do all my stuff, and I'm already pretty busy, so it'd be better if it was here for sure.
But polling station or no polling station, there are some who remain positive that student votes won't disappear altogether.
I don't think it's going to hurt it too much because the people who really want to vote are going to go out and do it anyway.
Jeanette Roche, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Advanced polling stations for students at Lethbridge College will be held at the LDS Church near the college. The exhibition announced a new addition to their fall lineup today. The Green Life Expo will be a one-day event held at the Lethbridge Exhibition Park and in partnership with Lethbridge College. The expo looks to promote green living and showcase green products. Exhibitor space is available for those businesses looking to display their products or services. Organizers are excited to bring this type of expo to the city.
I think it's an education to the public, it's an education to business owners, and probably, in due respect to all of us, a better environment for all of us.
Lethbridge College is really excited to be involved in this inaugural Green Life Expo. It's a great fit for us as we're really champions of sustainability and in Southern Alberta, and so partnering with the exhibition on this was just a simple answer of yes when they asked.
The expo is slated for October the 19th. It's that time of year again, time to give away your unwanted possessions, pick up a few new treasures. The annual Reuse Rendezvous is set to kick off tomorrow night. For this weekend only, residents can put unwanted items out on their front lawn, place a free sign on them, and see who comes to claim them. Items like chairs, barbecues, and sports equipment are just a few things that can be given away. The city says last year's event was a huge success, and they hope it can continue into this year.
This is the kind of program that the more the merrier. There was pockets where people were really active, neighborhoods were really active, and people were walking around looking at things, and there was something on every second or third lawn. We hope to see that same kind of thing this year. You know, not everybody's going to have something that they want to get rid of, and I understand that. But the more stuff that's out there, the better it is for the people that are going around looking for things.
A reminder from the city, though, after Sunday night, all items have to be removed. The city is not going to be collecting those unwanted items. If you're a Twitter fan, you can also use the hashtag #LetReuse to post items and locations of your goodies. It's turning out to be the hottest ticket in town. The Lethbridge Symphony Orchestra is presenting a staged version of Les Miserables in December, and more than a third of the tickets have been sold since they went on sale Tuesday. Director Fran Root and music director Ken Rogers say they're not surprised. They'll be working with a cast of 42 people and a full orchestra, something that is unusual even on Broadway. The production has attracted a wonderful cast of principal actors and the largest cast, too.
What we're really encouraging people is, on this occasion, do not be last minute Lethbridge. You just may not see it because they're going so rapidly. And the upper end seats, they're already like 80% sold out.
We have a wonderful cast of principals. Mark Hamill, Dave Michalak, Jerry Kahn, Jessica N, Sheila Matson, George Gallant, Greg Sheen. You know, we've got the best. And then we have a very large ensemble, all of whom are good singers. So it's going to be a pretty grand sound.
You know, people who would normally go to a symphony concert, they come out to see something like Les Miserables and they go, wow, we have an orchestra like this in our city? And they phone in and buy tickets for the year. So it's a win-win.
Rehearsals start in just over a week. The production runs from December the 16th to the 18th at Southminster Church. Time now for a look at the markets. When we come back, Dora's got more on the special weather advisories that are in place for southern Alberta.